Dave Ping 243.
Kirby's Avalanche.
Hello guys, this is me, Dave Ping 243, and welcome to, well, Kirby's Avalanche. Probably the only Kirby-related game that I ever play because it's actually a reskin of Puyo Puyo. I know, shocker, right? I'm not really that much of a Kirby fan, but, this will be my first ever commentated playthrough of, well, the game. So yeah, this is basically a reskin of specifically Super Puyo Puyo, which was released on the Super Famicom about 2 years prior to this game being released in North America. Yeah, I think Super Puyo Puyo was released for the Super Famicom in the year of 1993, and this came out in 1995, so we're going to switch the computer level to hardest, because that's how I am.
Kirby's Avalanche.
And let's see if I actually kept it in. Okay, yeah, there we go.
Kirby's Avalanche.
So now that we have the hardest difficulty set up, let's go into competition mode and go into learning stage,
Wow.
where we have our first 3 opponents in the game. So lesson 1, Waddle Dee. So from what I understand, Waddle Dees are basically like your very like standard enemy, like probably like Goomba level. Probably like a Goomba level sort of like standard enemy. I could be wrong about that, but that's the impression that I get. But yeah, Waddle Dee is basically the easiest fucking opponent in the entire game because he literally does nothing. Like, he might get like a 1 chain here and there, but that's the very most that he'll do. Even on the hardest difficulty, he's like, he does basically nothing. Next up, we have Bronto Burt. And apparently he has a bit of a cowboy tongue in him because, yeah, that accent. Yeah, Kirby for some reason talks in this game. I know for a fact that Kirby doesn't really talk in his game, so this is a bit weird. But yeah, Bronto Burt is obviously a bit more, difficult. Because he'll actually do things. Like, he'll get like a quick 2 chain here and there on the hardest difficulty, but as long as you have your own chains up in the ready, he'll basically not stand up much of a chance. Because there's only so much that the AI could do in this game, and basically, if you get like a 5 chain, your opponent is, well, they're completely screwed, because this was before Puyo Puyo Su, and before the offset mechanic was even a thing. Like, this was just like a reskin of Super Puyo Puyo, which was released before... Which that game was released before, Puyo Puyo Su, so... Of course, this does not have the offset mechanic. But anyway, we have... the last of these three cronies, Waddle Doo, and at least he has some fucking idea how to play this game. He can be a bit tricky at times. But again, he's only like one of the lesson opponents of the game, so there's only so much he could do. Especially within this sort of situation that I'm about to bury his ass in, well, garbage. And yeah, that Waddle Doo is still not that hard. At least if you know how to play these sorts of puzzle games. So, here's King Dedede, typically the main villain of the Kirby series. So the whole story of this game is like, Dedede is just trying to win like this sort of like dream cup. So he's trying to make himself out to be the best Avalanche player. And of course Kirby doesn't want him to succeed in that, so yeah, we're going to stop him. So now we'll go to the normal thing here. But I will say if you pick hard, you'll go right to the 4th stage. So yeah, but we're going to get the full experience. So let's start from stage 1.
Poppy Brother Senior.
Poppy Brother Senior. We would not like a bomb sandwich, thank you very much. Yeah, we're kind of at a stalemate here with that. And of course, he has the audacity to say stalemate as soon as I say it, so... So yeah, Poppy Brother Senior, you're about to go down, so... So, Poppy Brother Senior is a bit of a step down from Waddle Doo. In terms of difficulty. In fact, he may not even be as hard, he may not even be as, quote-unquote, hard as, well, Bronto Burt. But yeah, pretty much, if you were able to beat Bronto Burt, then you should be able to beat this guy no problem. And there he goes. Next up is Wispy Woods, one of the more notable Kirby figures in the series, because he's been a boss like a couple times throughout the series. I know that at the very least. And wow, Kirby, that's a dick move. Just stepping on Wispy Woods' well, roots like that? Savage. Yeah, basically Kirby is kind of a dick in this game. He really is kind of like a little asshole within these, well, cutscenes. And Wispy Woods, you are dead. And next up is Kaboo. Another normal enemy I've seem to remember him as. I don't know, he just kinda looks cool with him, like, spinning around like that. So yeah, one fun fact I will present you guys with, this game in Europe is called, Kirby's Ghost Trap. I don't know why it's different for Europe. I don't know why it's called Ghost Trap, but, at least us Americans got the better, sounding name, I would think. Like, Kirby's Avalanche just sounds more natural, I would say, rather than Ghost Trap. But yeah, Kabu likes to stack things up vertically, but he doesn't really have much to him besides that, so there you go. It's just kind of the thing that is, well, meh about this game, and I guess Dr. Robotnik's main Beam Machine as well. If you're just able to whip out, like, quick 5 chains, then you're pretty much going to be just walking through this game no problem. And here's Broom Hatter. Man, Kirby, what a dick you are. Like, just cleaning up the Avalanche skills first. Like, man, you're such a savage, Kirby. But yeah, Broom Hatter is a very distinct way of stacking, and, well, for those of you who play Puyo Puyo, then you would know exactly what I'm talking about. He stacks in that sort of fashion where he's putting everything onto the sides of the board. This makes him very susceptible to harassments. So, yeah, but he's going to be dead either way because, oh my god, he is so fucked. Yeah, you don't even have to do that in order to just completely destroy Broom Hatter. Squishy is stage 5, and he's kind of like Brick Wall number 1 for the beginners because, well, he's a bit tougher. An 8-armed avalanche for you then, Kirby. Alrighty, and yeah, it's Squishy here. He's kind of like the first opponent that is kind of like there to make players try harder. Because if you don't try hard enough, you're just not going to beat this game. Like, you need to learn how to make better chains should you want to beat this game in a sound way. So now, I guess it looks like my harassment screwed him over enough to where he basically killed himself. Excuse me? But we got stage 6, and here comes the comeback makers 1, because these two, they convert garbage into chains, and, well, yeah, this is Lolo and La La. And basically, this game tries to teach you, like, like, you need to be able to take the trash out onto your opponents, because otherwise you'll have your face kind of pounded in by said opponents, so really, just try to do what I'm doing and you'll be okay. And make sure to bury their asses before they do the same back to you. Because the longer you fight on with the AI in this game, they'll start to fight back against you, and eventually they'll get really smart and basically dominate your ass. So you'll want to end the AI quickly in this game. So here comes Bugsy. I think he was a boss in a game at one point. I don't know. Again, I'm not very knowledgeable when it comes to the Kirby series. I just played this game. Alright, let's see. Can I get the purples going? Okay, nice. Okay, so Bugsy, you really want to kill him quick because he is a bit of a crazy stacker, so if you let him go about his business, then he will get a big stack going. Now, fortunately, he doesn't know how to clear his stacks quickly enough, so as long as you get the jump on him before he could set off his own chain, he basically falls over.
Roller.
Next up is Paint Roller. And he's kind of like stacker number 2, so... Oh gee, you were already being mean to other characters, Kirby, so... The fact that Paint Roller is being mean to you is nothing new. Like, if anything, you deserve that. Because you were just being a bit of an asshole. Either way, though, let's see here. And Paint Roller really knows how to lay down the 2 chains on you, so you might want to watch out for his harassments because that could end you. But other than that, just pelt him with your own chains and make sure they never gets the jump on you. And there we go. Alright, next up is Heavy Mole.
Heavy Mole.
And from what I understand, he's he's an adventure boss, so yeah. Undermined, underhanded tactics. But yeah, this is where the speed really picks up from here. Well, it kind of picked up a little bit within stage 8, but this is where it really starts to pick up. So the drop speed by default is like this. It'll just keep getting crazier from here. And Heavy Mole is Comeback King 2 because he also converts chains into, well, garbage into chains, and you know what that means. He gets more power with his chains, but thankfully I ended his ass before he could really do anything else to me, so yeah. Like, I'm surprised I'm able to do this while I'm, like, commenting quite well. So, Mr. Shine and Mr. Bright. From what I understand, these guys usually argue with each other and, you know, have, like, inner quarrels. Because, you know, they're the sun and moon. But, yeah, not entirely sure what I could do here. But yeah, Mr. Shine and Mr. Bright, they kind of do just like whatever to try to end you, so make sure to just stop whatever they're trying to do, and you'll be good to go. So yeah, I'm actually breezing through this game, no problem. And here comes Kracko. Oh, and Kirby is just being a savage once again. You might want to step up your game, Kracko. But yeah, Kracko is well, a boss from what I understand. So yeah, I love how they just abbreviate Kracko's name as just Crack. Just, oh man, just getting high on that electrical crack. But yeah, Kracko can be quite dangerous himself. Just make sure to... Oh god, shit. I fucked up. Oh god. Ah! And there's no quick spin in this, unlike Puyo Puyo Su, so, yeah, that was my fault. Oh man, I thought I was going to get, like, some no-death run in this. God damn it. I was doing so well. But yeah, that just kind of goes to show that you really don't want to pull any punches against Kracko. And can I get a purple, please? God damn it. Third time's the charm? Come on, I don't want myself to look like a fool. Okay. Shit. Okay, and that's another 3-chain. Okay, and he's done. Thank God, at least it's the third time's the charm. And Crackle's not even the worst of it. Meta Knight is pretty scary. Like, if you don't fucking end Meta Knight, he will kick your ass to kick your ass to like last week, because he does not play around. he could make some crazy ass comebacks. But it looks like he's dead because I got a 5-chain in.
Watch out. Here it comes.
It doesn't matter if you do a 2-chain against me, you're done. And now we're getting up to the final boss in well, this game. King Dedede. That's what you think. You know, for how asshole-ish Kirby has been throughout this whole game, you would have expected him to be a bit of an asshole to Dedede. But no, I guess they were sticking with formalities when it came to this one. Let's just get a 3-chain in, and okay, he's got a 2-chain to counter me. Okay. Okay, perfect. You're done. You're done. Goodbye, King Dedede. And that's, well, the end of this game, so... Yay, we'll win the Dream Fountain Cup. We win! Kirby is the Avalanche champion. And we get a roll call to cast, so Kirby... Waddle Dee. Bronto Burt. Waddle Doo. Poppy Brother Sr. Wispy Woods. Kaboo! I had to do that at least once because that is such a good voice clip. Broom Hatter. Squishy! Lololo and La La. Here comes Bugsy. And then Paint Roller. And then Heavy Mole. Mr. Shine and Mr. Bright. Kracko. The Meta Knight. And then finally King Dedede. And we're presented with the credits, so... Yeah, this is admittedly a pretty... this is a pretty good reskin of Super Puyo Puyo. You have some great clear voice clips for the Super Nintendo. You have some pretty good music. The stage 1 to 8 theme is pretty catchy. As is the stage 9 to 12 theme. But I will say Dr. Robotnik's BB Machine probably has the better music. And it's more like my style because I love Genesis music. Like, I just love the electronic sound that that thing makes. But, yeah, this has been Kirby's Avalanche. You know, it's a fun little game. And it's obviously different for, a different kind of game for all the Kirby fans out there, but, coming from someone who has played Puyo Puyo games for like 6 years now, it's a pretty fun game, but it's no longer really that hard, even on the hardest difficulty. Like, sure, I mess up from time to time, but that's really the only sort of difficulty that comes into playing this game when I play it. And besides that, I'm usually, like, pretty damn good at these sorts of games, so I come in as, like, a natural when playing them. So yeah, released in 1995, brought to us by, well, developed by Compile and Banpresto, and, of course, published by Nintendo. And the game's actually going to present us with this whole thing where we could do like a code where we could check out, where it'll allow us to check out the custom option thing. But basically, one of the functions that the custom option serves is that it'll allow you to go into like any stage in this game, which I don't think is particularly worth it, especially considering that Dr. Robotnik's Bean Bee Machine actually has a password system, so you don't have to go through all this sort of bullshit. Well, yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this little playthrough of Kirby's Avalanche. And it's probably going to be the only Kirby game I ever play unless I happen to get into the series, which is unlikely. But I mean, if enough people ask me to play Kirby games, then I might do so, but otherwise I'll just kind of steer clear from the series because it's, well, a 2D platforming series, and I'm not that great with 2D platformers, even though I've heard that Kirby games are easy. But yeah, besides that, I hope you guys have enjoyed this little playthrough, and I'll see you guys for whatever I happen to do in the future. And you can check out my current Let's Plays that are from my channel. So, take care and goodbye.